Okay, y'all, let me start off this video by saying you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You are running a teacher business. You're doing all that you can, teaching during the day, all of the other demands that life is throwing at you. So my goal with this video, mistakes that teacherpreneurs make, is to help provide transparency and acknowledge the struggle, so then you know that I'm in your corner rooting for you. And if this is the first video you've seen of mine, hey, I'm Amber Calderon. I currently lead social media influencer marketing for 2 edtech brands. And prior to that, I was a 3rd grade elementary Texas teacher that also sold on Teachers Pay Teachers. And recently I have also had the joy of coaching and consulting TPT sellers through one-on-one coaching, as well as through Teacher Marketing Academy, which is a content strategy vault that also gets live group coaching calls, a full-blown course, workbook, the works, because I love helping teachers grow and scale their business. So if you click this video, please know you are doing amazing. But it's really important in any role to know what common mistakes are so then you can overcome them, because you're now empowered with that information. So let's acknowledge these so then we can move past them. So I'm gonna share with you 5 mistakes that I noticed Teachers Pay Teachers sellers makes, solopreneurs make. I've made some of these mistakes as well. So make sure you stay to the end. And if you like this type of content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel so you never miss a video like this. Okay, let's get started. The first mistake I notice TPT sellers make is not thinking you have value to share. And I know it's easier said than done, but you've got to stop undervaluing yourself. You do have creative ideas. Your ideas are innovative, and they're going to be something new for somebody. Every year, new teachers enter the profession. Even teachers that have been teaching for years may not have heard of this idea. And if you don't throw all of your ideas out there, nobody's going to catch them and learn from you. I know how fast imposter syndrome can seep through because I've felt it on my own business as well. I've felt that, oh, even though I know my worth and I know the credibility I have, are they gonna think that I don't know what I'm talking about? And I still talk anyways because I know my worth, and I want you to feel the same. And I know it's hard. I know this thought that you have can cloud your judgment, but just keep pushing through it and know that I'm rooting for you whenever you feel that imposter syndrome seep in. It also can be really hard to be blinded by other teacher influencers where you feel like, oh, these people have this idea, or I saw this, can I not share this one thing? Do it anyways. Do not dim your light for the sake of others to shine brighter. There is room for everybody. Now, one of the ways that I combat being blindsided by everything that's going on is I choose who I want and do not want to follow, and I think that's okay. And that's creating healthy social media boundaries. I also mute certain accounts, maybe their stories, if I'm not feeling my best when I see them, and that's okay. Like if somebody were to unfollow me because I may not be what they need right now, that's okay, because more than anything, I want y'all to succeed. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I think it's important to set healthy social media boundaries. That said, I can confidently say that I have not once listened to a podcast, read a blog post, watched a YouTube video, anything of any type of competitor in this space. And why do I do that? Because I don't ever want to let imposter syndrome or feel like I have to go in a different path towards what I'm creating. I want to focus in my creative lane and stay happy and healthy. Am I saying that you need to unfollow people? No, you need to network with the TeacherGram community, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But what I mean by that is, if you feel that judgment seeping in, just move away from it. It's not healthy. It's not going to help you be your happiest, most productive you, and follow people that are going to inspire you and build your community. More on that in a second. But overall, with not thinking you have value to share, I want you to realize, define what your secret edge is, what gives you an edge over other people in your particular niche. And what that means more than anything is what makes you you. What are you most passionate about, and what do you want to talk about more often, and can you double down on that? Stop thinking you don't have value to share, because I believe in you. The second mistake I notice TPT sellers make is treating your business like a side hustle. Now, can I just say that it makes me cringe when I hear side hustle when people are really dedicating time to their business. I've been called with my stuff that I have a side hustle. You also need to make sure that you dedicate time towards your quote unquote side hustle because it's a business. And this is a mindset shift. So 2 actions need to occur to overcome this mistake of treating your business like a side hustle. The first is getting a business mindset, and the second is taking appropriate business actions. So what I mean by business mindset is that if it's not a side hustle, then like when a customer leaves feedback on your products, I know on one end, it's really easy to get really annoyed about that and like, oh, I can't believe they want this and that. But part of having a business is having customers and customer support where people are leaving feedback and reviews. And although I understand you may get some that you're like, whoa, Nelly, but you do need to understand like you are a business, and then appropriate actions need to be taken based on that review, more or less. So I don't want to go down that a little bit too hard, but it's also, how often are you working on your business? How often are you dedicating time to your business beyond scrolling social media? Active work time. So one of the things that I do is I plan my day. Like I make sure I have I do all of my hours for like my ed tech job, and then I look at my personal life and I see where can I create blocked time for my business, which is Teacher Marketing Academy. So for example, I think you should still enjoy yourself, but you can only also enjoy yourself if you make sure and see everything holistically, not plan stuff in individual silos. I'm not just gonna plan my day job and then Teacher Marketing Academy and personal. I'm gonna create a calendar that shows everything so then I really know what my true capacity is. And the reason I do that is because I don't wanna ever feel resentment because I didn't do something in particular, or I feel like I didn't get enough done. But then when I look at let's say certain parts of my week, maybe during my day job, I have a lot going on. I actually need to work in the evening for my day job. Well, I can't work on Teacher Marketing Academy, or maybe I can actually work my correct hours. And so I now can go hang out with my friends. So moral of the story, business mindset, understand it's a holistic view. The second one is being open to new ideas. So just because, new algorithm changes or, I'm not really sure if I should do this for my business, doing the correct research and being open to the potential of that idea is going to help you be nimble and move with the ever-changing flows of businesses in today's world. So it's really important to not get closed off when different changes happen. It's tough, I know. The second is being open to risk. So you have to be okay with sometimes things flopping, and that's okay. I've, created specific pieces of content that I thought was going to be so great, and I may have dedicated a little more time than I wanted to with it, and it didn't do as well as something else that was honestly an idea on the whim that I ran with, and that's okay. Just don't get discouraged. Be understanding of testing what works and what doesn't. Move more in the direction of what's working and do more of that, but understand that, you also have to spend money to make money, right? So for example, I'm super excited that not only do I have this camera that I purchased a year ago to start a YouTube channel, but it took me almost a whole year to invest in a microphone for this camera. And do I really know exactly how to work it? No, not really, but I do feel already that my audio quality is a lot better than my original videos. So it was a risk knowing that eventually when monetization happens on YouTube, I'll slowly make this money back and then start profiting. So I'm sharing this as an example. You might use risk as an example of spending money on an email service provider or stock photos or fonts, knowing, but also trying to figure out how you can use that in other ways as well to really stretch that product, but also not just monetary ideas as well. And then the next is being optimistic up to a point. Being a solopreneur, running with your own ideas can really take a toll on you. And that's why it's important. I'm not saying toxic positivity here, but what I'm saying is really try to understand, dig your heels into your mission and why you're doing what you're doing. So then when things get hard, you can revert back to, I believe in my mission. I believe that I was meant to not work on Teachers Pay Teachers for 4 years, to really grow as a marketer with these 2 ed tech brands. So then I could have this random idea to now do all that I'm doing for Teacher Marketing Academy. When things get hard and when it's 8:30 at night. I'm not saying the hustle and grind mentality is great. I'm just saying this is when I had time to do it. And I'm writing blog posts on my couch, watching TV, doing it so I can also relax. I'm like, do I want to do this? Yes, I do, because I believe that I was put here to help you with your business. So remember that with you and your business and the stuff that you're working on. You are helping so many different classrooms across the world and also making money along the way. That's amazing. You're sharing your knowledge. So, it's going to get hard, but try to stay as optimistic as you can. This leads me to the third mistake that I noticed TPT sellers make, and it's thinking that it's going to be easy. With treating your business like a side hustle, you also think things are just gonna go really easy for you, but that's not the way it works. Every great idea is gonna take time, and especially in the beginning stages, and no matter how long you've been, there are going to be so many hurdles along the way, and your endurance to keep up with it is going to really test you. But you have to remember, if you build it, they just won't come. You have to actually put different marketing actions in place to bring people to your store, whether it's, blogging, Pinterest marketing, email marketing, you're building your social media presence, becoming an authority in your niche, whatever it is, to hopefully it's a combination, which is going to take time, by the way, to bring people to your TPT store so then you can make the most money. But it's not going to happen overnight. Some of the biggest sellers, even businesses, have taken a while to ramp up. And if you can just remember that your journey is so different from everybody else's, everybody has their own route that they take. Again, don't get blindsided by what other people are doing. Focus on yours. You're gonna feel a little more at ease knowing that you're not comparing. And I know it's really hard to say that, and also do it, but I feel like it helps to hear it multiple times. You were meant for this in this way, and do you hear that? So just remember to have determination, strongly believe in what you're doing, and just keep persevering. And that also leads me to our next mistake, which is drowning instead of seeking support. So understanding that you're going to have struggles, it's going to be really tough at times along the way. It's not going to be 100% easy. There are different lifesavers that you can throw out in order to help you stay afloat. And one of my first ones is one that I personally really live by, and it's shaking up your routine. So especially with, again, teaching all day, whether you're a mom or you're trying to hang out with your friends more, do both. Eat healthy, work out, also run your business. There's so many different things that you want to be 100% in, but it can feel like you're juggling so many different things. And I like to shake up my routine. Even though the weekend is the best time for me to work on my business, I don't want to just spend Monday through Friday waking up at 5:30 in the morning, spending those 2 hours before I start my ed tech job working on my business, working on my ed tech job, working on it at night, and then the weekend comes and then I have nothing, I'm working again. There's no satisfaction in that. We work to live, not live to work. And I want you to take that mindset with you. So make sure you have days where you're like, no, I'm not going to work today, but also make sure that the days you work are super intentional. Go outside, go for a walk. It's okay if you don't get 50,000 things checked off your to-do list in one day. You are still moving the needle in your business if you're just keeping yourself creative. So I think shaking up your routine is a huge one. Before I filmed these YouTube videos, I actually batched 3 YouTube videos on a Sunday, but you better believe that I also went to Target and got a Target run, bought myself some new shoes. And then I went to the beach earlier and I spent over an hour reading, and I also ate some pizza rolls. It was so great, but that's totally irrelevant to the video. Now I'm monologuing, but I'm trying to paint a picture that I batched 3 YouTube videos filming. This is the 3rd one. And guess what? Even though I have energy to take more, I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Sunday, because guess what? I deserve it. And you deserve it too. So shake up your routine. The next one is reaching out to your community. Find those people that really just inspire you and make you just so motivated to work on your business and keep you afloat when things get tough. And if you don't have somebody right now, hi, my name's Amber. I would love to be that person. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on, how I can root for you. I never want anybody to feel alone in their solopreneur life, because it is insanely important. And Trixie's going nuts. Another way to stay afloat if you feel like drowning, this is for people that are a little more they have like more funds that they can, spend on this, and that would be investing in a virtual assistant. And virtual assistants can be great if they're done correctly. I currently manage 10 contractors for my ed tech job, and trust me, I've been managing contractors for blog writing, for social media support, for webinars and events that we've done, and I have learned so much about that along the way. Creating frameworks, picking specific types of projects is really going to help that virtual assistant and you, because you're not having to answer so many questions over and over again. Now, I'm not going to get super deep into it. I just found myself kind of going down the rabbit hole, but know that that is an option, but hire based on specific projects that you need. And another way to seek support instead of drowning is to join Teacher Marketing Academy. So Teacher Marketing Academy is a 2-month program. I can't even believe that. And we're actually wrapping up as I'm filming this video. It is the last week of the first Teacher Marketing Academy launch, where I had so many teachers join, where they learn different aspects of content strategy as well as content marketing, like email marketing, funnels, Pinterest marketing, how to never run out of ideas, creating a 90-day content strategy. I mean, you name it. I'm going to link it down below. There's an interest form. The last mistake I noticed TPT sellers make is that you're not acknowledging your success. You don't have to upload a brand new product every single day to be successful, or you don't have to have $1,000 day or $100 day every day to be successful. Like, sometimes knocking over those small projects, baby steps is still forward progress, okay? So I actually, for this reason, I use Asana to keep track of all of my daily tasks, and I use Airtable to plan my long-term content strategy. I'm gonna link some helpful resources about Asana that I've written, as well as Airtable. I love to stay organized because then it helps me hyper-focus on what I need to do every day. And also, like, just know what my overall goals are. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you have to put every single little thing, but it is helpful to know, like, what you're working on. So why did I share this with you? Because in Asana, I also have a board that's smaller tasks. And anytime I have a random idea of like, ooh, I need to do that, pop in my head, and it doesn't really, funnel up to, my Pinterest marketing or like maybe my Teacher Marketing Academy. It's like small things that like I could honestly do in probably 10 minutes or less. I throw it in my smaller task board. And the reason why is when I'm feeling a little, maybe burnt out that day, and I'm like, oh, I just really don't want to do this like other stuff, and I have time before I meet that deadline, I still want to feel successful. I cross off some of my smaller tasks list, and I still feel like I'm doing things that I need for my business. Having a smaller task list, understanding that even though it's not a huge project, you're still knocking over small things, it's still great for your business. So understand that it's like, you're doing amazing, Okay, so I'm probably going all over the place. I think it's Trixie. She needs to be fed right now. Also, if this is your first time and you don't follow me on Instagram, Trixie is a regular. I've had her since college, and I love her so, so much. So she also got recently diagnosed with arthritis. So I'm really sad about that. So if you have a dog with arthritis, she's on Galliprant, I believe, which is what the vet recommended. But if you have any tips, maybe anything like, so she doesn't jump, maybe you found like a really good stair or something, let me know. I think it's important to also talk about things other than marketing. You got to know who I am. Also think about how you can do that in your own business as well. So I need to feed Trixie. Thank you so much for watching this video all about mistakes that teacherpreneurs make. Let me know which mistake you found that you were making and what you're going to do to change that. I would love to talk through that with you. Again, if you like this kind of content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a teacher marketing video with me again. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be a part of your business. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video.